Well, let's welcome Jan-Philipp.
Yeah, thank you, Georg, for the introduction. And yeah, my name is Jan-Philipp Sprick. I'm Vice President for Studies and Teaching, and I'm very proud that the Hamburg University of Music and Drama is host of the International Tenor Conference 2021. After conferences at a number of major international universities on, if I'm informed correctly, 3 continents, it is a great honor for our Hochschule to host this conference. After last year's conference had to be cancelled due to the corona pandemic, the organization team has now taken on the challenge of organizing and running a more or less completely digital conference. This is also a challenge for musicians and scholars who by nature have no fear of computer technology and digitalization. And it would certainly be wrong to believe that people working in this field have no need for real personal encounters. But I'm sure that the organizers did everything they could to make this year's conference a lively, communicative, and exciting event for everyone involved, despite all the limitations. I myself am a music theorist by professional background, and I'm watching the topics that will be discussed here over the next few days with great interest. What is particularly exciting about the concept of the conference so far is the natural way in which different areas interact with each other. Technology, theory, applied science, composition, performance, and analysis intertwine here in a very productive way. Particularly noteworthy, in my view, is the combination of applied research and art, which is otherwise not very common in the field of music and which repeatedly leads to the question of where research ends and art begins, or the other way around. This fluidity in which the different fields and questions intertwine is also reflected in the basic question of the tenor network. How can we trace ephemeral art practices in a more durable medium? This basic question is posed here in a contemporary way, which regards to the area of performance on the one hand, and with regard to the area of archiving and storage on the other. Both questions have touched on the basic issue of musical notation for centuries, but in the context of music technology, they come up again with particular urgency. In this way, the insights and problems that arise in the questions discussed here can also have a productive effect back on the discussion of these questions in connection with more traditional music, in that supposed certainties are called into questions by new media. The fact that it seems almost self-evident that such an important international event as the Tenor Conference is now taking place at the Hamburg University of Music and Drama is the result of many years of work by the multimedia department of our university. In recent years, this department has managed to make a significant mark on the university to enrich and also provoke us with its questions and activities, and to broaden the horizons of how one can imagine a university of music and theater in the 21st century. This includes not only teaching activities, but in particular a wide range of research and artistic activities, which finally culminated in the very large externally funded project Stage 2.0 Innovative Hochschule. In the meantime, this department has become an international player in the field and is also very well networked within the city of Hamburg. This can be seen, among other things, in the joint Graduiertenkolleg KISS, which is run together with the University of Applied Sciences, and many other things. The cooperation of the Tenor Conference with the 5th International Symposium on Sonic Art and Spatial Audio, Klingt gut, which is the German title, which is taking place these days at the University of Applied Sciences, should also be seen in this context. Finally, I would like to thank this year's organizing team for making this broad program possible, namely Georg Hajdu, Rama Gottfried, Xiao Fu, Greg Beller, and Jakob Zello, although there are many other people involved in this exciting event. I wish everyone a successful conference, fruitful discussions, and a great time in Hamburg, at least virtually. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan-Philipp Spick. The next person would be Jean Bresson, who is not here with us, but in a different space, which is also unique. I will say a few words about that in a minute. So please, Jean Bresson, welcome to the TENOR conference. Jean Bresson, by the way, is the chair of the steering committee for the International TENOR Conference.
Hello. I hope everybody can hear me. Yeah. So thank you, Georg. I'm just at home like everybody else, I guess. So I'm just going to say a very quick welcoming word to this 6th edition of the TENOR conference. And so I'm speaking here in the name of the TENOR conference steering committee, and we are very happy that this event be organized at Hamburg. And we would like to warmly thank all the TENOR 21 organization team, which has done a great job in putting this event together, despite all the difficulties and changes of plan that have happened. At the time when TENOR 20 was canceled last year, we were hoping that we would be able to meet in person today. So this is not the case, but still, Georg and all the team have put a very nice program together, and I'm sure this will be a great conference and also an important moment for this conference in general, as we might learn from this experience in order to propose more flexible and maybe inclusive means to participate and attend the conference in the future. I'm also happy that this event is in partnership with the Clean Good Festival, and I hope this will be a good experience and mutually enriching experience for the audience of both events. I don't have much more to say, and there's also another opportunity for me to talk and discuss more general perspective on the TENOR conference in the closing session of the conference. So I would just wish you all a great TENOR 21 and pass over to the next speaker.
The COVID-19 pandemic brought about challenges to academia not seen before throughout the past decades. Conferences, as well as classes, concerts, and other types of events needed to be canceled or moved to the online domain. Fortunately, networking technology had developed to such a degree that those challenges were met to a considerable extent. Last year, we decided to postpone the conference by a year, hoping that the pandemic would subside by now. Unfortunately, our hopes were largely dashed. Yet, we were able to move this all to the online domain as networking technology were readily available. And for instance, using programs like JackTrip, we were able to almost recreate a concert which would have been happening in one space in real time. And so we are very glad that we're going to be featuring a concert on Tuesday night with a choir singing from different locations. We'll have an extra introductory event on that as well. So I would like to thank a bunch of people, particularly my wonderful team, for their help in getting this conference off the ground. I would like to thank our partners at the HAW, the University of Applied Sciences, for coordinating with us and for interlocking these two conferences, which also is a nice proof of where we stand here in Hamburg in terms of music theory, music, audio, sound art, and of course, multimedia. Yeah, and also want to thank the undeterred participants who will be joining today from different locations around the world. It's wonderful that we can still maintain our communities despite all these obstacles. And also would like to acknowledge the sponsors of this conference. This is foremost the Federal Ministry of Education and Research, BMBF, the Hamburg Authority for Science Research Equality and Districts, WFGB, with their innovative Hochschule and Landesforschungsförderungsprograms. I also would like to thank the TENOR network, in particularly Sandeep Bhagwati, also for their kind financial support via the Canadian SSHRC program. And I would like to also thank my institution, the HfMT, for providing the infrastructure for this exciting event. This year's keynote speakers, are going to be Carola Bauchold, Thor Magnusson, Michael Meyerhoff, and Alexander Schubert. And I would like to introduce the session chairs. Foremost, Rama Gottfried, who has also given a presentation this morning, and Alessandro Anatrini, who were in charge of the paper track. Maybe you can also say a few words yourself.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Georg, and very nice to see everybody here today. Exciting to be virtually together, as I'm very much hoping that next year we can all be together. I mean, it's cool that we can meet here still, but it's not quite the same. So I'm looking forward to being back together. But I'm also very excited about all of the papers that we've received, and looking forward to hearing everyone's presentations and having a discussion in hopes of creating a kind of virtual meeting space. We've arranged these 3 different Zoom spaces. So hopefully everyone has received an email which has a lot of detailed information about the different Zoom locations and the URLs for all of these things. So hopefully, if anyone has not received these emails, please contact one of the organizers. So there are the 3 Zoom spaces. There's the main conference room. There's the testing room where we're doing pre-testing for presenters' technical setups. And then there's a kind of hangout free room, which is meant as a kind of break space where people can just casually see who's there and have a virtual coffee or something like this. And also in that email that you should have received, there's some information about how to get to the Slack channel, which is another discussion space that is kind of ongoing and could last beyond the conference as well, as a place where people can come together and discuss. There are 2 main channels there, attendees and tech stuff, which is more of a quick way to ask organizers questions. And finally, before I pass the mic, just wanted to briefly go over the sort of protocol for paper sessions. Sorry, I've been talking a lot today, so I'm losing my voice. In general, all presenters should please visit the testing room at least 5 minutes before the beginning of the session to check your setup, to make sure that your screen sharing is working and everything like this. And Alessandro will be present in that room to help you test. That also serves to let us know that you're there and ready to present. Each presentation is 15 minutes plus 5 minutes reserved for questions. And I realized that actually probably it's more like 4 minutes because we're going to need probably 1 minute to switch between speakers. So anyway, it'll be, I'm sure we'll figure it out. So when you're presenting, you of course will be in full screen mode with your slides. And the way that we will give you the old-fashioned like holding up the sign to let you know you have 1 minute left or 2 minutes left, is if you can pin the session chair for your chair in Zoom. So in Zoom, each video thumbnail has a little menu at the top right corner. And in that you can select pin. And if you pin that and you select active speaker mode, that means there's only one video image visible. You can so that sort of gives you the most desktop space for your presentation. And then you can still see the session chair who can wave to you when it's time to stop talking. Or yeah, let's see. The proceedings are all in that email as well. So everyone should have access to the papers. And there's also, the papers are linked in the Whova site under the title names of the papers. So you can click on that and get to the individual papers. And finally, at the end of the paper presentations, the session chair will take a look at the Q&A chat window in Whova to look for questions, or you can raise your hand with the Zoom button to raise hand and the session chair will call on you. Okay, so some technical details for you there. But anyway, my great welcome to everyone, and I look forward to spending these days with you.
Okay, thank you, Rama, for this useful introduction. I also would like to introduce our music chairs. We have two of them, Jakob Zello and Greg Beller, who have been working relentlessly on putting the music program together. And so we're going to have 4 exciting concerts, a mix of real-time online performances and fixed media performances. So don't miss any of them. And so are Jakob and Greg available to say a few words?
Yes, hello, Georg, hello everybody. We'll just briefly introduce the music program. Actually, we have 5 concerts, Georg. So we are right now preparing the last concert, would be the improvisation concert, but let's go chronologically. So this afternoon at 4:30, you have a concert fixed media. So of course, due to the current situation, we asked for selected artists to some of them to send us a video of the works. Of course, we would have preferred to perform them with them here in situ. And also, we kindly ask the authors to provide a presentation of the piece. So within each break, you will be proposed to watch a video if you don't feel having a break and wants to hang on the conference. You can see a presentation, and also in the concerts in the program you have a sub-session where you find a playlist of presentations made by the authors to explain the pieces you are seeing. So there is a first fixed media concert this afternoon between 4:30 and 5:30. Then tonight we are really happy to showcase Prana and also to invite you to do a meditation thanks to Sandy Bhagwati and together with his ensemble. So at 7 tonight, just before the meet and greet, we will be invited to meditate a bit with Prana. Tomorrow there is a very special concert in this time, which is what we call the remote choir concert. Maybe eventually, Jakob, you want to say a word on this concert, because I know you've been really behind the scene.
Yes, hi. I can say a few words about it. So it's we have this choir. So actually, so it was planned to take place here in the hall for last year, but now we switched everything into home office mode. So each singer has a set of devices. So basically, 2 iPads. One is delivering scores. The other is taking part in a Zoom session, so to transmit video, and then we have a little standalone JackTrip boxes which do low latency, high quality audio streaming. Yeah, and yeah, I'm super excited. We have I think 4 or 5 pieces in that concert, and it yeah, hopefully will go fine. But it's a complex technical setup, so it's still exciting to all of us. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Jakob. And then we have on Wednesday evening another fixed media concert with pieces sent by the, and again with a sub-session made of presentation for each pieces. And finally, on Thursday, May 13 at 7, we will be all here in the forum of the Hochschule. You know, it's a place full of 142 speakers, and with the constellation system as and we will be featuring pieces which use several technology for notation, ranging from score decibel player to draw socket and autoconductor from Christian Klinkenberg. So we very look forward showcasing all of these wonderful works. And I would like to thank again authors for their willingness, and also all the endeavor they brought to make all this happening. So I give you back the mic.
Thank you very much, Jakob and Greg. I would also like to welcome John McCallum, the workshop chair. John?
Hello, I'll be brief. I just want to thank everybody and welcome everybody here. We're all really excited to be doing this week. We've already had 2 very nice workshops this morning, one by Georg Hajdu on max score and one by Rama Gottfried on draw socket. And we have another one this afternoon by Craig Fear on a project called Digiscore, and another one tomorrow, which should be a really nice discussion about the realization of the works of John Cage. So I invite you all to join and to reach out to those workshop, the people that are teaching those workshops, if you have questions about their projects or want to continue discussion in Slack and so on. So thank you all for being here, and I look forward to chatting with you all this week.
Thank you, John. Last but not least, I would like to introduce the members of the organization team. This is Xiao Fu and Igrim Selova, Yanira Luko, and Irini Aravidu, who's probably not here right now, but she'll make herself noticeable at any time. Okay, so that was the introductory session now, and I hope you're going to have a great experience. It's a real challenge, but we're looking forward. We're totally excited about this type of conference happening almost completely in the virtual domain, and we're very much looking forward to a successful outcome. So enjoy yourself, enjoy yourselves wherever you are, and give us some feedback on your experience. Thank you very much.